Adam and Louise are looking for a used car. They found one that seems to be everything they're looking for, and it looks like a real bargain. It's a lot of money to spend, so how can they be sure that they're doing the right thing before they buy it? Buying a used vehicle is a serious business. While there's no guarantee that you won't get caught out, by making you aware of the risks, the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Agency, DVLA, can help you make the right decision. The internet can be a useful source of information. Did you know that the DirectGov website gives tips and advice on what checks to make when buying a used vehicle? Before going to view the vehicle, Adam and Louise followed DirectGov's advice and contacted a vehicle check company to check out the vehicle. These companies use information from a number of sources, including DVLA, the police, and insurance and finance companies, to enable them to advise potential buyers, among other things, whether a vehicle has an outstanding finance agreement, has been written off by an insurance company, or is currently recorded as stolen. Adam and Louise ensured that they arranged to meet the seller at his home and not in a public place such as a service station or pub car park. They also did some online checks on the market value of the vehicle they were interested in and where the vehicle identity number or VIN should be located. This is a unique identity number allocated to each and every vehicle. Vehicle thieves will often steal a vehicle and give it the identity of a genuine one of the same make and model. This practice is known as cloning. Did you know there are thousands of stolen vehicles bought by unsuspecting people every year? Do you know what the consequences are of buying a cloned vehicle? You could end up losing the vehicle and the money you paid for it. Here are some simple tips on what to look out for when buying a used vehicle. Remember that while our example here is a car, the same applies to all types of vehicle. Make sure you ask the right questions. Have you checked out the seller? Don't be afraid to ask to see some form of identification. Can you be certain that they are who they say they are? Does the seller own the vehicle? Can he show you proof of ownership, for example a bill of sale? If the seller is not the owner, can he show you that he has the right to sell the vehicle? If he claims to have had the vehicle for some time, he should be able to show you the service history and old MOTs, for example. Remember that the V5C registration certificate, commonly called the logbook, is not proof of ownership. Next, you need to check the V5C registration certificate itself. Is there a DVL watermark? Don't be afraid to hold it up to the light to check. Remember, you may be spending a lot of money. Is the seller the registered keeper named on the document? If not, are you satisfied with the explanation why not? Did you know that there are stolen registration documents in circulation? Make a note of the serial number. If it's in the following range, walk away and contact the police as these are known to be stolen. Even if the serial number is not in these ranges, you must still be careful, as there are altered or forged documents out there. Check to see if the serial number has been tampered with. Is the document complete? Are all the tear-off sections there? If not, don't buy the vehicle. Well, that's the paperwork and the seller, but what about the vehicle itself? There are a number of things that you should look out for. Always check the vehicle identification number, VIN. Professional car thieves will do a good job of changing the VIN, so you need to look closely for any signs of tampering. Most VINs are shown on the passenger side of a car's front windscreen. You should be able to see this from outside the vehicle. You should also check under the bonnet for the second VIN marker, and check both against the VIN shown on the V5C. You may want to consider taking along a qualified engineer to check for you. Look for the engine number. Does it match the one on the V5C? How about the colour? Does it also match the colour on the paperwork? Does the vehicle have both keys? Most vehicles have a spare, so you may want to question why there is only one key available. Do all the locks open with the same key? They should in most vehicles, so again you need to question why, if that is not the case. Are there any signs that the locks may have been forced or damaged? Check the fuel cap for damage to the lock. These are simple tips that may help you. Remember, a professional vehicle thief can make identifying a stolen vehicle a very difficult thing to do. Whilst there's no guarantee that you won't be a victim of vehicle crime, I hope this advice may help you in making the right decision. Remember, if the vehicle is cheap, it's cheap for a reason. Trust your instincts. If in doubt, walk away. There will always be another car. Professional vehicle thieves can make it very difficult to spot a cloned vehicle, so you need to do everything you can to try to protect yourself by being aware of the risks, carrying out all the checks you can, and paying attention to any doubts you may have, however small. Remember, what looks like the car of your dreams won't be such a bargain if it turns out to be stolen. You lose the vehicle and the money you paid for it. DVLA has introduced a new look vehicle registration certificate, V5C, with added security features. The new V5C will be issued from 15th of August 2010. The previous V5Cs are still valid, but they will be replaced with a new style V5C every time there is a change of keeper, changes to the vehicle record, or if a duplicate V5C is issued. While this video shows some of the checks to carry out on the paperwork, the seller, and the vehicle, there are lots of other checks that you need to make on the roadworthiness and mechanical condition of the vehicle, and on the vehicle's history. For more advice, check out www.direct.gov.uk/buyer beware. Spending that little bit of extra time on carrying out these checks will be well worth it for the extra peace of mind. Remember, if it looks too good to be true, it probably is.